What is up, guys? I have avoided this as long as possible because I feel like it is way too much work for a little baby tiny pen. But, you know, I don't know. I feel like I'm missing out. I don't want to miss out, but I felt like maybe there's something to this that I'm missing. Maybe I'll get 1 or 2 pins and I'll try it out and see how it goes. So today on this video, I'm recreating my top 5 most popular videos into epoxy pens. This should be fun. Let's go. Okay. The first thing you're going to want to need to do is twist this thing off. So just twist, just like that. We'll take care of that little nubby thing later. Then I have a box that I put these in, but I take the bottom off, and as you notice, if you hold it upside down, the guts fall straight out, and then your pen's empty. See there? Look at there. Hollow, like my brain. Woo. Then take one of these here strawy thingies that come with literally every tumbler you buy. I never give these to anybody. I just save them. I have a hoard of like hundreds. So these will come in really handy here. They fit perfectly, and the fatty end here, just shove it in there. Oh, wait, it's loose. Nope, you're not shoving hard enough. There you go. See there? That bad boy ain't going nowhere. Now, the next step. Okay, now for this next part, oh, wait a minute, let me get my feet out of the way. You're gonna wanna focus. You're gonna wanna shave off that little doohickey. Now you could do it with this, but I prefer to do it with this, my Dremel. Let's do that real quick. All right, just reach down here, turn my little Dremel on. Now you're just gonna shave off this. You could do the whole thing with it, but I found that it's a little bit too rough, so we'll sandpaper that with 220 after this. So just be careful. Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh. Okay. You might want to wear safety glasses because that stuff flies up like 100 miles an hour. And I got a piece in my eye. I'll be right back. Okay, we've got that sanded off safely with our safety glasses. So there's a little, you know, where we broke that thing off. And then there's a little nub here you want to get off. You don't have to, but whatever. So the next step, I take some 220 and I just focus and get it all roughed up. I'm pretty aggressive here too, so there you go. Make sure you get the end here because it's got a little rounded part. You're not going to put epoxy in there, but you know what I'm saying. Sand it good. And now you're just going to take your alcohol spray, give a little spin and spritz, then wipe it off, get this side, and then now you're ready for spray paint. Okay, now for this spray paint, I'm just going to do matte white. And there's a technique because spray paint comes out in a large volume. Okay, I know you know that. And instead of wasting it or getting too close and muddying it up and running, there's a way I found that makes it the quickest, the easiest coverage, and you don't waste as much. So first, you start off by going around the bottom. Boom. And do the same for the top. Boom. There. Now just do the middle and spin. Boom. Well, there. Just like that. Boom. Easy peasy. Now you got it covered and you just sit it to the side and let it dry. So I just poked a bunch of little holes in a box and I just sit them in there. Can you guess what these are going to be from my 5 of my most popular videos? Comment below. That one's super easy. Oh, that's a no-brainer. That one's pretty easy there. This one, it's not the color it's going to be. This one, yeah, maybe easy if you pay attention. And then this guy here. Okay, now we have some nice bases to work with. In case you hadn't guessed, I'll tell you which one we're doing for what. Obviously, this one's going to be a nice little beach. This one is going to be the Drizzle Dizzle Dawn dish soap. This one is the easiest, most beautiful Geode. This one is my like a galaxy alcohol ink swirl, and the final one is going to be the wood grain. And I may do it two-tone. I hadn't decided yet. Let's go ahead and get started with the wood grain. And all I did here is I put some duct tape on there to build up, and I did some backwards so it's sticky, and I shoved this pool noodle on, took my drill and drilled some holes in there. Like you could tape it to the outside, but I wanted to be able to take them in and out and be able to use them however I wanted to. Now if I was going to do this for like a lot of them, I'd probably make something out of wood that's nice and straight. You know, no big deal. But this fits pretty good. They hold pretty tight, and I think it's going to work fine. So let's get started. For the wood grain, since it's so tiny, I think I'm going to try instead of drip and then do it because that'll be too much. I'm just going to take some of this. I got my caramel, drizzle dizzle, drip, some in there. And my thoughts is to take this cool fan brush. It's got a nice little pattern to it. There we go. So you see it's got a little ratty edge. So my thoughts are I'm just going to dip this in here and then pull it along like so. And we'll do that over and over till I'm happy with the wood grain that I get. You know? Whatever. Hey, it's a learning process here. These are tiny pins. Comment below if you have done wood grain before. How would you do wood grain on a little bitty tiny pin? Alright, so I think that's a pretty convincing wood grain. It's hard to do because it's made out of two different things, like the hard plastic and whatever that's made out of. So the next step is we're going to seal this one and move on. Alright, so I was thinking I'm going to do the wood grain just like I would a tumbler and, you know, wood grain it one color, put the decal on, wood grain over it again, the next color, because I sealed this. But then I got to thinking, I saw Jessica Flynn sand and paint vinyl, which was a great idea. So I sanded some white vinyl and did the alcohol ink, and then I sealed it with clear. Then I put it in my Cricut and cut out a bunch of these little deer head shapes. Life hack right there. Always looking to make things simpler, quicker, easier. So I'm going to find the smoothest spot. Right here was that clear plastic part. So I think I'm just going to lay that mug. Let's start with the bottom because I want the point going down right about here. This is really hard. I'm trying to look through the camera and wait. Is that the bottom? This is the bottom. Oh, it's upside down. That's a tricky thing. Remember which side's the bottom, which side's the top. I wouldn't want this mug being upside down. So I'm going to line it up with these dots right here. It doesn't have to be perfect. These are pins. Don't get picky. There we go. Look at that guy. It looks like I just did the two-tone, just like that. Make sure all the antlers go down. If you use the deer stencil from my website, I did it 2 inches high, which it might be a little bit too big because you kind of need to see it like this. So I would make it a little smaller. I kind of wanted it big, but that might be a little bit too big. That's fine though. We're going to go with that because that's what I've done already. So I'm going to seal this one more time. Even though this is sealed and this is sealed, I always like to just part of the process, stay consistent. Seal it before I epoxy it. On to the next one. Now it's time to do the drizzle dizzle on the pinizzle, I guess. Whatever. Let's go. Okay, so it may not be in focus, but what we're going to do, we have our Dawn dish soap, and we have our Rust-Oleum pre-shooken, not stirred, ultra matte black. Now we just do a little drizzle dizzle, get a little pattern going, swirl it around. I'm missing a lot, I feel like. Maybe not. So keep twisting, get it till you're happy. Who cares? It's a pen, you know. Alright, that seems whoops. When it gets trouble, go. Just let it get some air and then go again. That's usually the issue. Alright, that seems probably good. I don't know, I can't really tell. Wow, that's gonna be sick. Let's go wash it off. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Hold on, let me get my paper. Oh, would you look at that? That is probably one of the most raddest pins. Wow, that's so cool. Look at that. Now you don't have to probably. You'd probably be okay if you don't, but I'm going to because I try to stay consistent with my process. I'm going to spray this with Ultra Mate Clear A, and then this mug's ready for epoxy. So let's move on to the next one. All right, now it's time to do our Black Galaxy Tumbler. And I'll show you guys this on this one, but know that I do them all the same. You're going to want to put your epoxy on this way and rub towards the outside. You don't want to have epoxy on your finger and roll and rub this way because it'll roll inside the edge. Then you won't be able to put it back together and it won't work right. So I'm going to attempt to do this the same way as I do a tumbler. A little less epoxy, but the drips and all is going to be pretty much the same. So get some epoxy on, cover it pretty decently. Then we'll come back and do the drips with the alcohol ink. Just like my Galaxy video. You can see right here, link in the card. Alright, so we're a little more generous on this one than we will with the rest of the pens because I want it to flow a little bit. Because we're going to do the drip Galaxy. We're just going to try to do a drip here, here, and here. Hit it by the white. See what happens, you know. Oh, we're going to shake his mug up. The white was not shaking. So when I shake the white, there we go. There's that. Let's do some blue. Boom. Boom. followed by white. You could always add more, just do it to your liking. Then the yellow. Oh, this one's on good. And let's do some yellow right here and here and on the very tip. Why not? Followed by the white. I don't remember where I put it. Do you? Do you guys remember where I put it? I don't remember. I think I put it here. And we'll let that spin and see what we think about it, how we like it. And I think I like something right here. Maybe some more blue or white. Whoops. Let's do some more here. And over around here when it comes around. I don't know, maybe here. And there was another one, maybe here. I don't know. What do you think? Do it how you want. I think I'd like some blue. That looks galaxy-ish like right there, bro. It's cool. Just play with it till you're happy. Holy cow, that's a lot. Put some white on that mug. Just play with it till you're happy. There's no rhyme or reason. This is a galaxy. And if you're very careful, you can give it a little blue with your heat gun. You know, don't leave it on there too much. This is plastic, okay? Keep that in mind. So just give it a little whoop, and hitting with. Remember, we gotta do the gold also. So the gold is ridiculously overpowering. I don't know how it's gonna do on this. So let's do just one little dot here. Get it ready so we can just touch it with it. Boom. Because we don't want to do a full drip of gold. Just touch it and move on. There we go. Let's do one here. I like it right there. Boop. Right there. Just a little touch. So you're rubbing it off and you're really just touching it on there so you don't get a ridiculous amount of gold. And then I think I'll use a little torch, like a little lighter, like a. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, I got my little. I can't even see the flame. Oh, it's working. There we go. That's enough. Leave it. Let it roll. This is a galaxy pen. It's going to make the illusion. And because we're using the amazing quick coat, the new stuff from Alumilite that's super fast, we're going to let this roll. Usually we do about 20 minutes on Tumbler before we do the drizzle dizzle with the holographic flake for the stars. We're going to wait probably about 10-15 minutes. Then we'll drizzle dizzle. And man, that's going to look sick. All right, look at that beautiful galaxy. It's been a few minutes. I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger and I'm just going to rub my fingers together and put the drizzle dizzle glitter bay on the galaxy. Not too much, just a little bit on my finger and whoosh, just like that. See there? It's probably not in focus. It has the hardest time focusing on these pens. Like I said, play with it till you're happy. When you think you've got enough, just stop. Because you can go overboard with this stuff. You just need a little stars here. That's all we're going for. So let that spin. Moving on to the beach tumbler next. Let's go. Okay, now we're going to do our beach tumbler. Pen. You know what I'm saying. But anyway, so I've got some white and alcohol ink. And I've got some two different color blues with mica. I've already did a layer on this one like I showed you on the Galaxy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this white right here on my paintbrush. And I'm just going to draw a little line to make some waves. I wish I had the white dye because I feel like that would be more vibrant. I've never used the dye. I don't have it. I've seen a lot of people do it, and I've actually seen where I got this idea was from also Jessica Flynn, Sister Boutique. Check out her pen video that she did. Really cool. And she just drew the little whites on, but she used the dye, and I would love to use the dye, but I don't have any. But I think this will create the illusion good enough, you know what I'm saying? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the white, then I'm going to go to the next lightest color. I'm going to use the same brush. No need to do crazy stuff. I'm just getting a glob on and flip it around. We'll put it on our turner. So now we're going to go to the next color. I think that's going to work nicely. Look at that. Can you see that? I don't know how this thing is focusing. It has so much trouble focusing on these pens. I apologize in advance if you cannot see what I'm doing. Can't really see that one very much. I'm going to go ahead, move on to the next color, I guess. I'm just going to drizzle dizzle or paint on, I guess you'd say, these three colors. And then we're going to put it on our turner with our Galaxy one that we just did. And then we'll move on to the next one. Ooh, that's pretty. I want to see what this looks like. Let's do this. Can't really see. I might go back with the white again a little bit here and there too. I don't know, just play with it till you're happy, you know? Just play with it till you're happy. Focus. Oh well, it's not focusing. I'll show you what it looks like later. Oh gosh. I touched it. Yeah, it's not focusing. I'll show you what it looks like later. You'll just have to wait till the reveal. Okay, for our rainbow geode, I've got some tack mixed up, and I'm going to use like my little mini version of a fan brush. I'm going to just roll it on, rub it on, brush it on, whatever you call it, and then wait 15 minutes. And we'll sprinkle, instead of doing each color like I did on the other one, I'm just going to cover it all with this little opal looking stuff, and I might rub it and tack it out just because you're just really giving the illusion that it's like the other, like the tumbler, but you want to do as little build up as possible because it's a pen and it's, you know, it's kind of fit in your hand. Can't be this big, like you can't be writing with a pen like this, like, oh, here's my little pen, you know. You could, but, you know, whatever. Alrighty, our tacket is ready. It's been, well, actually, I put the layer tacket on, waited 15 minutes. I did a second layer tacket, and then waited 15 more minutes. And now we are ready. I got my opal. I'm just going to drizzle, dizzle, and twist. And just cover it, just till you're happy. The best idea is to use some fine glitter. This is not super fine. Since this is tacket, I figure we're going to try to just rub it down a little bit, smooth it out, flatten it, you know, and that'll be good enough for this illusion. This is the bottom under layer. We're not getting too crazy, so probably holographic glitter would work just as well. You can still see the bling, even though it won't focus on it. It has such a hard time focusing on these pens, but I like this view better because look at that bling, the light reflecting. Alright, now you guys know I'm all about making things easier, and you know, I was going to epoxy this, but I really just wanted to do epoxy once, and this glitter is so flat, there's no bumps. I'm going to do my geode step next. For that, I cut out my tiny little geode shapes. This one's like 2 inches wide, and I don't remember what this one is, but you know, I cut out a couple different ones. I separated them. Some of them didn't work, some of them did, just experiment. And I've got this really ridiculously rad. I used holographic in my video if you remember, but look at that pink stuff. This is by the Paper Studio at Hobby Lobby, right across from where the Cricut stuff is. And this stuff is super thin, so which is even better. I feel like it'll lay down nicely. So we're going to try that because I'm all about simplifying and making it easier and less steps. And if we can cut out a step or two, especially for these pens, I feel like it'll be a bonus win-win. Man, that thing is blinging. That is nice. I'm going to lay these solid parts where I want my geode to be, and then I'll spray paint it, pull the solid parts out, and match it up with the corresponding outline. And I think that'll be beautiful. That'll be simple too. No rubbing geode trying to remove stuff, which is ridiculous. So let's put it on. Alright, so I got my shapes on where I want them, and I'm going to spray this white with the ultra white primer. Then we'll do our airbrush and spritz. Take that off and match up. That's going to be the hardest part, matching up these little boogers. So let's do that. Okay, this vinyl is really weird for spray painting over. It like bled pink. Look at this. There's pink right there. I sprayed white. I didn't spray pink. That is super weird. I don't know what it did to the layer underneath, but we may have boo-booed, but we'll see. All right, we're going to move forward with this guy. The white's dry. Try to push these back down a little more. They're kind of wanting to lift up and be butt heads, but you know, whatever. It's because this is a lot rougher looking than I thought under white spray paint, you know. You could epoxy it. Listen. Learn by my mistakes or by my successes. I don't know. So we're going to airbrush with these colors just randomly, and then we're going to spritz it with some alcohol spray and then pull these bad boys off. See if it did any pink under there. I don't know. Here we go with our first color. I'm just going to randomly spray some areas. I have no idea what colors are. Wow, that looks bright. Look at that. That's raspberry. It's one of my favorites. That thing is the bomb diggity. So just randomly spray some colors and then see what happens. There we go. Doesn't take much. Was it purple? Some purple here, some there. Pretty beautiful. Yes it is. And then the rest I'll do some yellow in between on the white spots. Finish off with some yellow. Where you go over there, it'll be green. You go over here, it's kind of orangey. It actually puts in about 4 more colors than you're actually putting on, which is really cool. That's why I do it last. You overdo the yellow first, you're going to alter all the other colors that you put. So just a little colorology for you. Is that a word? I don't know. Probably not. Real easy, real gentle. Don't get crazy. Okay, I think that's good. Now, wow, that's beautiful. Look at that on the camera. Woo-wee, baby. Now we're just gonna spritz that with some alcohol, Inky. You know the drill. You've been there, you've done it before. I'm gonna do that off camera because I got some stuff rolling over here. It is next week's video. Let me give you a hint. What kind of hint do you want? Where is it? I know there's a cup over here somewhere. Oh, there it is. There it is. I'll just give you the bottom of it. Look at it there. Enjoy it. That is next week's video, how I edit my photos that all of you guys wanted to see. My secrets to editing my photos exactly the way I do it, step by step. Be ready for that next week. I'm gonna spritz it with alcohol ink, come right back on camera and show you guys the magic. Okay, so that didn't do too fantastic. We're just gonna roll with it, okay? We're gonna make it beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. If it's not, then we will say that it is, okay? Affirmation. It didn't really respond hardly at all. I don't know if it's because it's plastic. My opinion is that it's because it's so bumpy. But we're gonna take these little guys off and see what we're working with. And we'll put the little, match up these little doodads, or we'll try to. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so there's what we have. It's not the prettiest thing right now. I don't know, but I think once we get epoxy on, all those colors are gonna get even brighter and all this sparkle under here is really gonna sing. So, you know, hey, give it a chance, man. Ugly pens need loving too. So, you know, hey, leave your comment below. Do you think it's gonna turn out good or not? I don't know. We will see. This is the last one, and this one took the longest. So we're gonna ready and epoxy all these mugs, and they're gonna look like this. These turned out surprisingly amazing, and they were super easy. I was really shocked. I thought it was gonna be a pain in the butt, a lot of work. I did all these designs in one day. I epoxied it one time, let it roll for 2-3 hours, and then did another layer, super thin, and then that's it. Like, so easy. And this one, the last one I did, I was really skeptical, but I think this is the prettiest one. I don't know, comment below. And I tell you what, it would be in your best interest to comment below which one of these is your favorite. Hint, hint, trust me, you know? All right, so hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned something. I did. I got a few more pins to do. I'll tell you about that later. So yeah, enjoy. Oh, wrong side.